Have you ever wondered where the chips inside your phone or laptop actually come from? Why do most of the world's most advanced chips come from Taiwan? And what's so special about this small island that the entire global economy depends on it? Let's connect the dots. Every time you unlock your phone, stream a video, or even start your car, you are relying on tiny pieces of technology called semiconductors, or simply chips. These chips are the brains of modern devices. Inside them are billions of tiny switches called transistors that process and store information. They make it possible for your phone to run apps, for cars to use sensors, for hospitals to operate life-saving machines, and for data centers to power artificial intelligence. In simple terms, chips allow devices to think, calculate, and communicate. And today, demand for these chips is exploding, driven by AI, 5G, and connected devices. Now back to the question, why Taiwan? On Taiwan's west coast lies the Hsinchu Science Park. It may look like a quiet, well-planned township, but behind its modern buildings are some of the most important factories in the world. This is where a large share of the world's advanced chips are made. Taiwan produces about 90% of the most advanced semiconductors globally. Much of this comes from one company, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or TSMC. TSMC is the world's largest chip manufacturer. It produces chips for global giants like Apple and nvidia. These are the chips that power smartphones, artificial intelligence systems, and high-performance computing. In fact, when it comes to the most advanced chips, Taiwan dominates almost completely. So, how did Taiwan get here? The answer lies in long-term strategy. Back in the 1970s, Taiwan knew it could not immediately compete with countries like the United States and Japan in designing electronics. Instead, it made a focused decision to specialize in manufacturing. The government invested heavily in research, education, and industrial infrastructure. Institutions were set up to train engineers and acquire technology from global partners. Then came a major breakthrough in 1987. Morris Chang founded TSMC and introduced the pure play foundry model. It's a system where the company would only manufacture chips designed by others, not compete with them. This gave global companies confidence to outsource production to Taiwan. Over time, Taiwan became extremely good at one thing: making chips better, faster, and smaller. And this is where things get technical. The most advanced chips today are measured in nanometers, like 7 nm, 5 nm, and even 2 nm. The smaller the number, the more powerful and energy efficient the chip. Taiwan leads in producing these cutting-edge chips. For example, a 2 nm chip can deliver significantly higher performance while using much less power compared to older chips. This level of precision manufacturing is incredibly complex. It requires advanced machinery, skilled engineers, and years of experience. Taiwan's dominance also comes from its ecosystem. Decades of focus on education have produced a highly skilled workforce, including engineers with advanced degrees. Semiconductor jobs are considered prestigious, even though they are demanding. Factories operate 24/7, and production quality is consistently high. Over time, this has created a system that is very difficult for other countries to replicate. It's also important to understand that no single country can produce chips entirely on its own. For example, the machines required to manufacture the most advanced chips come from a Dutch company called ASML. These machines are essential for producing chips below 7 nanometers. This shows how interconnected the global chip supply chain is. Now, are there other competitors? Yes, but catching up is not easy. South Korea is a major player, with companies like Samsung Electronics and SK Hynix producing advanced chips. Samsung has even achieved 3nm chip production using new technology. The United States is also investing heavily to bring back chip manufacturing to its home. Companies like Intel and Micron are expanding their capabilities, supported by government incentives. Japan and China are also pushing aggressively to build their semiconductor industries. But despite all this, Taiwan remains far ahead, especially in the most advanced segment. This dominance has serious global implications. During the pandemic, for instance, the world experienced a chip shortage. Factory shutdowns disrupted supply chains, delaying production of cars and electronics and pushing up prices. It became clear how critical chips are to the global economy. Taiwan's role is so important that is often described as a silicon shield. The idea is that because the world depends heavily on Taiwan's chips, there is a strong incentive to keep the island stable. At the same time, this dependence also creates risks. Any disruption, whether due to geopolitical tensions or conflict, like for say, if China invades Taiwan, could have widespread economic consequences. The industry itself is growing rapidly. Global semiconductor sales are expected to reach $1 trillion this year and could double by 2035, driven largely by artificial intelligence and data centers. But this growth also comes with challenges.
Issues due to the Middle East crisis, Russia-Ukraine war was creating problems with the helium shortages and other material issues, the Gaza issues, all that compounded to the vulnerabilities big time in terms of supply chain disruptions.
At the same time, demand continues to surge.
What is happening is that industry is growing so fast because of the IoT boom in the previous decade, AI this decade, and hopefully quantum next decade. That boom is demanding a lot more growth of the industry. But the headwinds are, besides the geopolitical related topics that I just mentioned, I think we are also very much impacted with the shortage of talent, shortage of energy.
So where does India stand? India is already strong in chip design, contributing around 20% of the global workforce in this area. Indian engineers are working on advanced chip designs for companies like nvidia and Intel. India has also developed its own 7nm processor designs and is expanding its capacities or capabilities in chip assembly and packaging. To strengthen its position, the government has launched initiatives like the India Semiconductor Mission. The goal is to build a complete ecosystem from design to manufacturing and materials.
The understanding of where India needs to go, right? The importance of having our own manufacturing, the importance of becoming a product nation, as now they really understand what it takes to do, right? So it's not like business is taking its own path, the government's taking its own path. The two agendas are actually kind of combining in a very symbiotic way, and I think that's extremely exciting.
In the long term, India aims to reduce dependence on imports and become a significant player in the global chip industry. So, to sum it up, Taiwan's dominance in chips is not accidental. It is the result of decades of planning, investment, and focus. Today, this small island has become a critical part of the global economy. But as demand grows and countries compete, the global race for chips is only getting more intense. And the next time you pick up your phone, it's worth asking, where did the chip inside that come from? That's all we have in this edition of Connecting the Dots. We'll see you again next week with more raging issues. Until then, it's goodbye from all of us in the Delhi newsroom. This is Mark Lynn signing off. Take care and stay safe.